Is summer camp taxable? Well, in this video, we are going to go over how you can make those summer camp fees work for you in the next tax year, the next tax season, when you file your 2023 tax return. So make sure you're watching till the very end, and welcome back, everyone. So happy to have you back for another update. This information is being shared from IRS.gov. School is out for the summer, but tax planning is all year round, and summer is a great time to review withholdings and see if summer plans and activities, how they will affect the next tax year. Now, unlike overnight camps, the cost of summer day camp may count towards the child and dependent care credit. The cost of sending your child to an overnight camp isn't considered a work-related expense, but the cost of sending your child to a day camp may be a work-related expense, even if the camp specializes in a particular activity such as computers or soccer. For example, you send your 9-year-old child to a summer day camp while you work. The camp offers computer activities or other recreational activities such as swimming, arts, and crafts. The full cost of the summer day camp may be for care, and the cost may be a work-related expense. Example number 2, you send your 10-year-old child to a math tutoring program for 2 hours per day during the summer while you work. The cost of the tutoring program isn't for care, and the costs are not considered work-related expense. Now, transportation. If a care provider takes a qualifying person to or from a place where the care is provided, that transportation is for the care of the qualifying person. This includes transportation by bus, subway, taxi, or private car. However, if transportation not provided by a care provider isn't for the care of the qualifying person, if you pay the transportation cost for the care provider to come to your home, that expense isn't for the care of the qualifying person. So if the center or place where the child is providing that transportation, then it is considered. But if you are paying a private person to come to your home to take the child to the center, then it is not considered as an expense you can claim. Now, for fees that you pay to an agency to get the service of the service, such as deposits you paid to an agency or preschool or application fees and other indirect expenses or work-related expenses, if you have to pay them to get the care, even though they aren't directly for care. So if you have to pay certain fees to the provider to get the care for your child, that is considered. However, a forfeited deposit isn't for the care of a qualifying child if the care isn't provided. So if you pay a fee and don't follow through with that provider for the care, that is not counted. For example, you paid a fee to an agency to get the services of the nanny who cares for your 2-year-old daughter while you work. The fee you paid is a work-related expense. Example 2, you place a deposit with a preschool to reserve a place for your 3-year-old child. You later sent your child to a different preschool and forfeited the deposit. The forfeited deposit isn't for care and therefore not a work-related expenses. Now, payments to relatives or dependents. You can count work-related payments you make to a relative who aren't your dependents, even if they live in your home. However, don't count any amounts you pay to the following: a person for whom you or your spouse, if filing jointly, can claim as a dependent. Next, your child, including a stepchild or foster child who was under the age of 19 at the end of the year, even if he or she isn't your dependent. Next, a person who was your spouse anytime during that year, and the parent of your qualifying person if your qualifying person is your child under the age of 13. Now, the amount of the credit is a percentage of the amount of work-related expenses you paid to a care provider for the care of a qualifying individual. The percentage depends on your adjusted gross income. The total expenses that you may use to calculate the credit may not be more than $3,000 for one qualifying individual or $6,000 for two or more qualifying individuals. Expenses paid for the care of a qualifying individual are eligible expenses if the primary reason for paying the expense is to assure the individual's well-being and protection. If you receive dependent care benefits that you exclude or deduct from your income, you must subtract the amount of those benefits from the dollar limit that applies to you. Now, a qualifying individual for the child and dependent care credit is your dependent qualifying child who was under the age of 13 when the care was provided. You must identify all persons or organizations that provide the care for your child or dependent. You must report the name, address, the ITIN number or social security number of the care provider on your tax return. If the care provider is a tax exempt organization, you need only report the name and address of the organization on your return. You can use Form W-10, Dependent Care Providers Identification and Certification, to request this information from the care provider. If you can't provide information regarding the care provider, you may still be eligible for the credit if you can show that you exercise due diligence in attempting to provide the required information. Now, the care provider cannot be your spouse, the parent of your qualifying individual, if your qualifying individual is your child and under the age of 13. Your child who is under the age of 19 or a dependent whom you or your spouse claim. All right. If you qualify for the credit, complete Form 2441, Child and Dependent Care Expenses, and attach it to your Form 1040 U.S. Individual Tax Return or your 1040 SR. So make sure you consult with your tax preparer to explore claiming your summer camp fees. Explore all of the credits that you are eligible for in the 2024 tax season, which you will be filing on your for your 2023 tax returns. You can find more information on the IRS.gov website under publication 503, Child and Dependent Care Expenses. Just put that in the search on irs.gov and find more detailed information. All right, make sure to share with us in the comments if you are going to pay summer camp fees. Have you claimed the dependent care expenses previously? And of course, check out the income tax refund playlist pin in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to come back for more updates.